today is the day. So yeah, it's been a couple days. Had to wait on that pigtail to come in. My garage has smelled like straight E85 for the last couple days. Every time I walk out here I get a freaking headache. So yeah, starting early today. It's probably around 7 o'clock right now. Didn't get home last night till about 1:30ish last night. Went and picked up this thing over here. Picked her up. Now a truck owner. Got something to tow her ass to the track with. So yeah, here's the new pigtail. I would say it's significantly better than the old one. So yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that bitch. And yeah, so I'm gonna get this started and I will be back. All right, well, God dang it. Well, I got the fuel pumps reinstalled, but ran into an issue with electrical, obviously. Story of my freaking life. One of these, here, I'll just show you. One of these cables, or wires, came out. This wire came out. I thought it went to the power wire, which I'm about 99% sure it still is. But was also told it could be coming from this fucking relay box. But my buddy pulled out every single one of these cables or wires and doesn't look like it goes there. So now I'm just stuck here without getting power to my pumps, and I'm over it. So I'm moving on to something else, and I'll come back to this later. But I got this bad boy last night, and I just got a hitch for it. Nothing fancy, but yeah, I'm gonna switch over to working on that for now and come back to this sad puppy later. Well, see ya. Well, here we are again. Not really again. I mean, I've been still working on the same fuel pumps, but the wiring for the fuel pumps is a little jacked up. So as I was putting in the fuel pumps, I was just like, well, I might as well redo the wiring and try to clean it up a little bit. But here's what was underneath the cap that sits over top of it, and it looks a lot better than it did before, but I still got a long ways to go. Right now, there was a fuse here. This was right here going into this box, and now I'm going to run it underneath the car. I'm actually going to do the same thing with, while I'm up here, do the same thing with this fuse. I'm going to run it underneath the car, and I'm gonna run it back through here, along through here, and then I bought this nifty little box, so it's gonna sit roughly right there onto the battery. So yeah, this isn't, for the record, how I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna definitely loom all of these wires so they're not exposed to random weather conditions and rubbing up against stuff. I'm gonna definitely insulate them more and try to make them weatherproof as much as possible. But yeah, because at first I wasn't getting power to my fuel pumps. This was the original power wire for the fuel pump. It's literally like a, I don't know, what is this, a 4 gauge, 8 gauge? No idea, it doesn't even say, nor do I really care. But yeah, that was my fuel pump wire. So now the power is coming straight off the battery terminal, off a side post, and going right here. And then the, let me see, yeah, dang it. And then here's my fuses that were originally in the fuel tank, well, right above the fuel tank. They're now going here. Just something about fuses, and in case one pops, it's right next to the fuel, and I don't really like that very much. So yeah, so that's where I'm at. I'm gonna keep going and keep working. You know, hopefully I'll get done. This is a one-day project that turned into a multiple day project, so just trying to get all this footage and let you guys know where I'm at on the car. But yep, now you know. And I definitely didn't buy enough of this 16 gauge, so I'm gonna have to go back to the West Marine and get some more gauge wire. But yeah, that's where she's at. Truck was the new addition that I got on Tuesday, by the way. I said that earlier. And then last night, my wife's mom bought me this bad boy. So now I finally got something to put my tools in other than right there, and multiple bags of tools, and that's disgusting and needs to be cleaned up because it irks me, but it's an organized mess, as most of you can relate. So yep. Let's see if this thing starts. Oh, that was a mistake. Please start. There she is. So, ran into a lot of issues, like I mentioned before earlier in this video, but turns out these relays going to the pump were bad. Replaced them with brand new, straight from Amazon. Wasn't expensive. 15 bucks for 12 relays. So I mean, if they ever fail again, they can be replaced. But these two relays, and now I just got to clean up some wiring. And she should be solid. That's what I'm talking about. Just a little bit of patience, you know. Frustrated is what I was the past few days, though, to be honest with you. It's been a headache. Wiring, bad relays, bad fuses. Replaced them all, and here we go. So now that it's started, it needs to get off the tuning whenever Chris Carby has time over at Stage 6 in Jacksonville. So, yep. Well, this is the end of that long endeavor for the fuel pump replacement. I mean, I still got some wires to clean up, but it's real simple, easy stuff, so not going to take too long. But, alright fellas. Fix the electrical, fix the fuel pumps. Everything should be working the way it's supposed to. I had to adjust the fuel rail regulator. or the fuel pump regulator. At idle, it was around 60 psi. I dropped it to 43. A buddy of mine said that's where it should be, so that's where I put it. I cleaned up the wiring. I can't show you the fuel pumps anymore because I already buttoned that up. I just got to put the back seat back in. But under here, where all the wires and everything were literally just everywhere, they're now cleaned up. So should be all right. I left a little bit of play for just in case there's some room. And then, yeah, just in case. Left the room basically just so with the car launching and stuff like that, you know, I don't really care to have to do any more electrical work, and I hate rubbing on it, which inevitably is gonna happen because that's wiring and shit happens over time. But yeah, let's see. The E88. Perfect. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I didn't have fun doing it, so I hope you guys had fun watching. Stay tuned. I'm sure there'll be more stuff.